This man is very unfortunate. His wife is about to give birth, but the home broke into 4 gangsters. The wife was killed on the spot. One of the gangsters had his partner kill him on purpose. The man quickly fought back, easily killing the 2 gangsters. He came to the 2nd floor. After the man fought with the gangster, both he and the gangster were injured. When the robber picked up the gun to kill the man, he found that the gun was empty. The gangster ran away when the man could not move. The badly injured man was also quickly sent to the hospital. In addition to him, 2 other team members were also attacked. The attack was linked to one of their operations. The men's names were John, and they were members of the Navy SEALs. A few weeks ago, John led a team to rescue a hostage in Syria. Because of faulty intelligence, they broke into a Russian backup arsenal. After a fierce battle, they saved the hostages by sacrificing one of their teammates. After they had completed their mission, CIA Ritter sent the coordinates to headquarters, and the building was reduced to rubble by a precise missile strike. After a CIA investigation, John and his team mistakenly killed an important figure in this operation, the son of the Russian security chief. The CIA Secretary General said his superiors decided not to investigate the matter, and that was the end of the matter. Having narrowly escaped death, John refused to give up. Major Kellen, armed with confidential information provided by the Secretary General, secretly tells John that if he finds the Russian ambassador, he can open the door. John returns to his broken home, thinking of his wife and unborn child, lonely and desperate, making the battle-hardened man cry. John rummaged out the weapons hidden in the house, and an earth-shattering revenge is about to begin. John goes out on the street, pretending to be drunk and badgering security. After seeing the Russian ambassador and writing down the license plate, he turned to leave, his eyes full of murder. John followed the target in a tow truck and dialed 911. He falsely reported that the ambassador's convoy was carrying guns, and the vehicle was soon stopped by police. Without the escort vehicle, John drove his car directly into the ambassador's car. The man poured gasoline on the car and set it alight. John was like a lion in a rage. He opened the door, killed the driver with a single shot, and then began the trial of the ambassador. The ambassador, frightened, revealed the 4th killer, Victor. When John got the name, he killed the ambassador without hesitation and walked out. John was locked up in a prison full of Russian criminals. 3 prison guards burst in, and John quickly beat them down. There were more warnings outside. In the nick of time, the CIA sent men to rescue John. In a warehouse, John meets the head of the CIA. According to Ritter, Victor is a dangerous man who must be arrested immediately. John wants in on the action. Karen objects that John is not in good shape, but the Secretary General thinks John is the most suitable candidate. And with that, the Special Operations Team began a cross-border raid. They flew over Russia in a plane from Germany and quickly arrived at their destination. Just as they were about to jump, a Russian fighter jet roared past. After being spotted by Russian fighter jets, John suggested calling off the operation. Before he could finish speaking, a fighter jet fired a missile. Fortunately, the plane was flying at a low altitude. They were lucky to be alive after an emergency landing. During the evacuation, John remembered that the equipment was still on board. Despite Karen's objections, he risked his life to grab the equipment. They opened the lifeboat and sneaked into the harbor under cover of darkness. John talked to his teammates. Someone must have betrayed them. He thought of one person, Ritter, who hadn't been on the plane with them. John and others quickly find Ritter. After some questioning, Ritter is not the mole. He was very confused. They went to the building across from Victor's apartment. At night, the team sneaks into Victor's apartment. John led the way, and when his teammates weren't looking, he locked the iron door behind him and shut them out. He had to avenge his wife's murder alone. He entered the house, and the bodyguards were already dead. Victor had already known that John would come. The man was strapped with explosives. He said that he and John were just pawns in a game. Victor said he was a CIA agent, not a terrorist. His real purpose in bringing John here was to create the appearance of an American attack on Russian soil, which would trigger a war between the 2 countries. After Victor said this, he detonated the explosive, which destroyed everything in the house. My teammates arrived covered in dust. As they prepared to evacuate, a sniper in the building opposite opens fire, trapping John and others inside. Unable to move, a teammate took a bullet to the leg in the melee. John uses the mirror to find the sniper's location and saves his teammate. As they prepare to evacuate, another sniper guards the exit, but still can't get out. The injured teammate died from excessive blood loss. Explosions and gunshots drew the police. The sniper killed the police directly. John blew a hole in the wall and took cover in the next room. Karen approaches the sniper and manages to kill him with a dagger. They found themselves surrounded by police and soldiers. John decided to sacrifice himself to cover the retreat. Because he was a felon, so he wouldn't expose his operation even if the mission failed. John makes his way to the top floor, grabs everyone's attention with a grenade, and manages to get his team off the ground. Police and soldiers stormed the roof. John went to the stairwell after smashing the glass. He threw an explosive charge, and after a loud bang, police and soldiers were killed and wounded. John changes into each other's costumes and takes advantage of the chaos to escape the battlefield. The people left by boat after the danger. John told the truth about the whole thing, that it was all a conspiracy from the top. They decided to find out what had happened when they returned home. A few weeks later, the Secretary General was dining in a restaurant, surrounded by agents. While he was in the bathroom, John appeared in front of him. The Secretary General was taken to the back of the car. He saw that he could not hide it and told the truth. The hunt for the poster players is to benefit themselves. The purpose is to provoke hatred between the two countries, so as to transfer domestic contradictions. After the Secretary General told the truth, John drove his car directly into the river, and the water soon entered the car, and the Secretary General also died of suffocation. John finally avenges his wife and is rescued by Karen. At the end of the film, John gives the recording to Rear. He faked his own funeral and has been incognito ever since. Unable to face the real enemies of the United States, it is forced to invent all kinds of paper-thin villains to keep the audience entertained. Like the weird political setting in Tom Clancy's novels, it's almost entirely absent from the film. But based on the action alone, it's pretty good. Otherwise, I felt medium. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.